Nygren's touch. That's a lovely ball. Nygren getting it back from Bernhardsson. Isak looking lively just up ahead. Oh, and Karlström sliding in. You could hear the clatter there as he went in on Reinders.
Yeah, came in from behind. It's a bit of a reckless tackle, and I don't think any question. We're going back to looking at that header in the first half off the set piece that Lagerbielke got on the end of. That would have made it 2-1. That was a big moment, but they got this right.
Certainly they'll be looking to build on where they left off, the Swedes, just prior to half-time. This is really interesting, actually. Shots before the hydration break. Netherlands 4, Sweden 1. After it, Netherlands 1, Sweden 8.
Yeah, it is a momentum changer. I don't think there's any question. It's the safety net.
Gravenberg delivering, looking for Reinders.
We saw a completely different Sweden after the hydration break, and that's what Ruud van Nistelrooy did say at halftime when we were listening to his interview. It's not hard to pick out that this was a first half that was dominated by the Dutch in the beginning, and then you got the response after the hydration break.
Somerville, oh, lovely feet. Dumfries, and in from Gakpo! Surely now, the Dutch out of sight. In their quest to go top. The orange tide rises in Texas. Netherlands 3, Sweden 0.
Absolutely killer here. He's onside at the back post, sealing off the goal. You know, you're told, ball gets wide, get to the back post, it can go through everybody. This is a beautiful ball from Dumfries. It's hit hard, it's kept up.
The big stage. And Sweden with the proverbial mountain and then some to climb now.
And they came out lively. It looked like they were going to be carrying on where they left in the first half. And then all of a sudden the Dutch put this beautiful piece of work together and get the Gakpo goal. That's a real punch to the gut here to start a second half.
There's Van Dijk, just ambling forward. The Swedes happy for now, at least, just to sit off them. But this group now blown wide open with the Netherlands leading here by 3-0. Robbie touched inside. Gakpo, they're hungry for more. It's Gakpo. And it was Lagerbielke actually who got across
to him and then knock it off to runners, and we just saw another great example of that. So some excellent hold-up play and layoffs as he came back to his midfield in that attack.
Well, the winner of this group, whoever it proves to be, will head to Monterrey for the round of 32 to face the runner-up from Group C. That's Brazil's group. And the runner-up in this group.
But he's got to come on now.
Yeah,
has to.
He needs it, especially on this right-hand side, although he swaps him on the left. But Bernhardsson has really struggled. And it just shows, I think, when the Netherlands up the tempo, get the ball out wide and cross it, it's just game on for them.
So 3-0, 2 for Brobbey in the first half. The Gakpo goal 2 minutes into the second. And the mountain that the Swedes have to climb is extremely steep and treacherous now. The rest on that side and wins the throw-in off the Somerville deflection.
It's not only Alanga. I think about really good game so far.
Sweden have to think about the bigger picture in Group F. They've got to think about damage limitation.
Hacia atrás, Ayari le pegaba, si agarraba el rebote Países Bajos, no les cuento en qué terminaba. El balón abandonó a la cancha para saque de meta. Y la va a jugar, le dio reventó a Virgil Celorio.
A su capitán.
Y levanta las manos Virgil diciendo como, ¿qué onda? ¿Cuál es la prisa? Va 3-0,
Oye,
por cierto.
¿de qué
Andy.
se trata, no?
Exacto, exacto. ¿Para qué quiero amigos, no? Ayúdame a ayudarte. Cuarta anotación en Copas del Mundo para Cody Gakpo, Andrés. Primera en esta, 3 en la anterior, en jornada 1, 2 y 3 de fase de grupos.
Perfecto, Somerville. Esta tiene que ser de amarilla. Esta tiene que ser de amarilla. El árbitro sí se la saca Gudmundsson. ¿Cómo arranca Somerville? Le va derecho a puerta.
Es explosivo, es hábil, es un tipo muy vertical que te permite salir de la presión a través de la gambeta, ¿no? Mira. Qué fuerte, ¿eh?
Sí, fuerte entrada.
Le cruza justo el pie ahí en el apoyo y termina impactando de forma dura.
Oye, similar, digo, aquí no estaba plantado Gudmundsson, pero similar a la lesión de Koné. ¿Se acuerdan que fue tibia y peroné? No se veía tan brava la entrada, pero ya hubo explicaciones hasta médicas en redes sociales de cómo fue que pasó. Pero fue brava esa entrada también. Si hubiera estado fijo Gudmundsson en el césped, no sé si se pudo haber lesionado. Suerte para el lateral por izquierda de Suecia. El trazo que va para Broby, ojo con espacio Broby, y acaba cortando muy bien. Y en esa zona, acá la pelota la tiene Karlström. Lindelof. Presión de Reinders, va en corto de nuevo para Isaac Ien, que mete el trazo frontal. Jokeres intenta ganar a Van Hecke, pero muy bien Van Hecke por arriba, cruzando. Van de Ven, se durmió Van de Ven. Atención que viene Bernhardsson, mano a mano Bernhardsson, busca la zurda, Bernhardsson se hizo un nudo, está fuera de juego Isaac, por eso juega para él después. Isaac con la pelota, no, bueno, se equivocó Isaac de manera increíble. Increíble, va a cometer la falta, pero no, aguantó Gravenberg, va para Somerville, 4 para 5, Somerville arrancó con la pelota, Somerville para Gakpo, busca la derecha y a puerta derecha. ¡Oh! La perdió Isaac, la perdió este hombre, adentro del área rival y después el contragolpe que inicia Somerville, tocó para Cody Gakpo y la tiene hecha, en el mano a mano buscó su derecha abajo, cruzado, inatajable, esta sí es la naranja mecánica, 4-0.
Bueno, para Suecia ir a buscar el partido a campo rival tiene sus consecuencias, ¿no? Qué bien Somerville, acelerando, metiendo esa transición y después cediendo a Gakpo para que quede mano a mano contra Lagerbielke. Ahí es pura y exclusivamente destreza individual. Le hace el amague, se come el amague Lagerbielke y una vez que recorta Gakpo queda para su pierna hábil, la pone abajo en el primer poste. Un golazo que habla de lo peligroso también que es este equipo de Países Bajos cuando hay muchos espacios.
Correcto, Gakpo ha tenido un gran partido, logrando marcar ya el cuarto gol del equipo de los Países Bajos. Lo de Somerville es increíble, impresionante la velocidad con la que entra. Ha sido un festín, un partido redondo de la selección de Países Bajos, dando un golpe sobre la mesa y diciendo: quiero ser protagonista del Mundial, ¿eh?
Sí, hay que decir que hay gente veloz que no saca provecho de su velocidad y que les cuesta mucho el timing. Pero a Somerville lo hemos visto, que maneja muy bien los tiempos. No se acelera, sino que acelera con la pelota, pero no se acelera en la toma de decisión, que es totalmente diferente. Y hace la pausa cuando la tiene que hacer. Aceleró, se quitó un hombre de encima, observó, interpretó perfecto lo que le daba Gakpo en el 1 contra 1, lo habilita y después es toda el extremo de Países Bajos.
Y hubo modificaciones, además reacciones en el terreno de juego, Celorio.
Sí, modificaciones, Bernhardsson, Nygren y Karlström, y a la cancha Elanga, Verbal y Zenelli. En un momento más te los...
¡Disparo! Que se ve por afuera. Ahí está el intento otra vez de Ayari, es peligrosísimo con su derecha. Habrá entonces saque de meta.
Lo sigue intentando Suecia, ¿no? A pesar de la gran desventaja. Disparo muy violento que por poco sorprende al portero Verbruggen.
Y no le sale nada a Suecia. Esta era una opción bastante clara y en el disparo quedó con línea de disparo y no pudo ponerla en portería.
Cuidado.
La pelota que se disputa y otra vez Cody Gakpo y otra vez Gakpo y busca del quinto, busca la manita. Pero muy bien el recién ingresado. Qué buena que era Broby le puede pegar buscando el triplete. Gravenberg. Todos traen la confianza a tope. Hay saque de meta.
Increíble, ¿no? La velocidad que despliega en su fútbol, la precisión que tiene el equipo de Países Bajos. Jugando así va a ser un contendiente interesante, ¿eh? Ganarles no va a ser fácil.
Sí, cuando vemos estos equipos europeos que tienen la capacidad para manejarte la pelota y para atacarte también cuando hay espacios y con ese tipo de aceleraciones. Y uno ve el equipo mexicano, ¿no? Vamos a ver cómo podemos competir. Pero sin duda que este tipo de biotipo de futbolista no lo tenemos tanto nosotros. Y es ahí donde marcan una diferencia extraordinaria con ese tipo de cambio de ritmo que te...
La calidad que tienen es impresionante.
Sí, pero la calidad técnica va de la mano de esta capacidad física de acelerar, de frenar, de acelerar, que no todos la tienen, Andy.
Claro, no, de acuerdo. Sommerville picaba. Ahora les pregunto, ¿sería considerado caballo negro si Países Bajos se llega a meter una semifinal o final? No. O ya tiene el nombre como para no ser considerado caballo negro?
Es caballo negro porque no ha sido campeón del mundo todavía, David.
Está bien. Ve la clase de figuras de jugadores que tiene, cuidado.
Alexander Isak va con el balón. Atención, está habilitado. El anga. Recién ingresado, la perdió ahí Reinders y aprovechó Isak, que metió una pelota a la espalda de Virgil y el anga por velocidad definió de zurda. Nada que hacer para Verbruggen. 4-1.
Fantástico el desmarque de Elanga, porque es un desmarque.
The pass, the weight of the pass, and the run from Elanga, coupled with the finish.
Yeah, great composure from Anthony Elanga. And we've seen another alteration for the Dutch. Two, in fact, in the middle of all of those Swedish celebrations. De Jong and Reinders withdrawn. Koopmeiners and Thiel, the two on. Now a bit more of a spring in Sweden's step as they look to bust into the challenges now. Elanga looking to receive it here, and it's back at the boot of Verbruggen.
Well, I would just say this. Yes, it's 4-1 the Netherlands, but we saw how quickly Sweden scored goals against Tunisia. And they came fast, and they turned a close game into a rout. So we'll see if any of that possibility exists here.
An hour gone. Who's Thiel? Van der Ven to Virgil van Dijk. These two last met in World Cup qualifying for the 2018 edition. Netherlands won that one as well. Arjen Robben scoring both, but they did fail to make the finals. Here's Elanga, whipped across. Isak was threatening to get there.
Well, you mentioned Van der Ven, one of the fastest players in the Premier League. Well, he's up against a guy who can fly right now himself, Anthony Elanga.
Well, he found the net 200 seconds after coming on, Elanga. Quick impression.
So you need speed, pace, and directness, you're going to get it from him.
Asking Ayari to deliver this corner. It's an out swinger, set it up and away by Van Dijk.
Yeah, who else, right? It's a tower of power back there. The man has just had a remarkable career, Virgil van Dijk. The leadership, just the prototype. And this is Gakpo just framing the goal here, getting to that back post. And ultimately here we'll get the goal, 2 for him in this half.
How about Bedhorst down there? Just wonder whether he might get a piece of the action here too. Somerville steering it wide for Dumfries. Gravenberg. Teal. Gakpo, oh, a lovely drop of the shoulder from Brobbey. And the door was ajar for him. But Sweden have smuggled it behind.
Victor Lindelof came over to provide the cover, and that was a huge play from him.
Well, the General Secretary of FIFA is here, Matthias Grafstrom. A very interested spectator, interested more than most, because he's half Dutch and half Swedish. Mind you, I suppose either way you can't lose. Turncoat Miners with the Dutch corner. Van Hecker was rising highest in there. Gravenberg. Coat Miners, you might recall, played a pivotal role in that memorable game against Argentina when the Dutch were struggling. They needed somebody to provide a spark, and Coat Miners, as I recall, a clever free kick, and Bedhorst was able to force extra time by finding the net. So the Dutch eventually beaten on penalties in that quarter-final tie.
And that was the look back at the half-space goal from Cody Gakpo, cutting in on his right after the run from Somerville.
More and more gaps beginning to appear. Gakpo wanted that delivered earlier from Teal, and Lagerbielke steers it into play, and you can see there Gakpo saying something of the same sort towards Teal. He was screaming and screaming. He's just released a little late.
That's a full-blooded tackle from Lagerbielke. He's wanted to get into that one because he's been chasing Cody Gakpo around all night. Gakpo has produced 2 goals. I mean, there's just so many weapons for this Dutch team. There's Brobbey, he's now emerged as now another player that could be very pivotal in the rest of the World Cup for them. And, I mean, you look on that right side of the field, Paul, and you got Dumfries and you got Somerville, and I mean, this is bags and bags of pace and explosiveness.
Well, there haven't been too many sides that have really caught the eye so far in this group phase. I think a lot of teams will be looking to grow into the tournament, as it were. But the Netherlands here have looked much more like their old selves, and you would have to, wouldn't you, put them in the category of genuine contenders. I know you'll be very happy with the US's progress, and they've got a great chance of going all the way as well. They've been excellent so far. Isak for Sweden, into Elanga, back to Isak once more. 3 waiting for the cross, and Somerville will get onto this for the Dutch.
Yeah, you bring up a great point, because teams transform and morph into different things by the game in this tournament, right? And, you know, this is what we were looking for today. What was the type of response we were going to get from the Dutch? Now, the Dutch can come out and produce this effort here and really come out storming and score goals early and really take control of this game. You'd be thinking differently. But teams have had bad... Let's go back to Argentina, the last World Cup, right? Lost to Saudi Arabia in their opener, and they won the whole thing.
And as an American, Glenn, how impressed have you been with your nation so far?
Oh, very, very impressed. I think the job Mauricio Pochettino has done has been remarkable.
Lifted over the top here to Brian Brobby. And the flag goes up against him.
Yeah, it's a prideful performance from the U.S. You look at it from the national anthem on, you know these guys are here to play. The country's getting behind them as a host nation. That can drive a team forward. That can, you know, be your 12th man proverbially. So really, really excited. They did it without Christian Pulisic yesterday. But I think what Mauricio Pochettino has done, a lot of people were not patient with it in the beginning, but I think we see a manager who's got this thing to crystallize at the right time to give the best the United States can give in this tournament.
Here's Alanga for Sweden. Very foul. Back down the line, Alanga continued the run. Oh, what a touch. That is beautiful. Oh, that is one of the best pieces of skill I have seen at this World Cup. That was sublime.
Tricks and flicks from Anthony Alanga. He's making a statement to Graham Potter saying, hey, I want to be in a starting lineup here, but watch this. Right through the legs of Van de Ven.
Johan Cruyff would have been very pleased if he could have come up with that one. Of course, the Cruyff turn was born when these two met a long, long time ago. 74, the group stage. Saw that famous Cruyff turn for the first time, and wow, how many times have we seen it since? What a legacy the great man left behind. Isak. Well, Sweden's still giving this a go. Right across, he couldn't have done much more with that delivery, Goodmanson. No one gambled.
Somebody hit that back post. Oh, what an opportunity. If they score another goal, they'd make this a game.
So we have hit the hydration break in the second half here in Houston. What a game we've had. And the Netherlands in charge by 4-1.
Well, we saw what players like that can produce in a single moment. You found another one in this tournament in Brian Brobby, and you've got your talisman Cody Gakpo rolling now.
Well, Ronald Koeman, whose contract ends after this FIFA World Cup, giving a little speech there, but he's got to be delighted with how his team have performed today. Some lethal finishing on display. Otto, we know that, delivering early, perhaps a shade too early there. He was being pursued by Gabriel Goodmanson.
He was trying to pick out Memphis, who had made a run into the box, and Gakpo was at the far post as well. But this is Alanga with the Swedish goal here. That was just a wonderfully timed run in behind. It's a great, great finish, and he was picked out beautifully. That transition game really, really hurt Tunisia. They couldn't handle it. It was just way too much for them to handle.
Taha Ali has come on to replace Yassine Ayari, so Taha Ali making his first World Cup appearance, and there he is. Plays for Malmo, actually played for the Swedish futsal team as well.
Well, these are moves now, thinking about the next game by Graham Potter and getting some of your talented players off. So you can do what you need to do in the final group game.
And here is the aforementioned Taha Ali. Positive and direct. Zanelli, Isak. Well, you could see what he was trying to do. Elanga had made a clever run, but the orange wall closed.
Well, the movement and mobility of Isak is exceptional. He shows up in a lot of different areas. Sometimes he'll pull himself out wide. A lot of times he can run the channel. He's just such a weapon in so many different ways.
Elanga. Barival. Oh, Gakpo goes down. Graham Potter up in arms that one's been given.
Well, he came in with a pretty straight leg. Yeah, you can see the studs got the leg of Gakpo. It's a foul. I don't think there's any question about that. You can't be upset about that. I mean,
and Barival is booked as well. Again, the youngest player ever to appear in a World Cup match against Tunisia. Lucas Barival, 2 days younger than the previous youngest, Jesper Blomqvist. Virgil van Dijk. Koopmeiners of Juventus. Koopmeiners, whose father Remco is a former baseball player. And, they're heading off to the baseball tonight to watch the Houston Astros in action. I think they're playing Cleveland.
yeah, I think a lot of the fans and supporters that have come in for the World Cup in Houston have been taking in America's pastime, other pastime. We're a soccer nation too. We're not going to forget
that. You've got to
We're
immerse yourself in the culture.
We're a football nation. Yeah, that's great you've gone, and I know you enjoyed yourself.
Laga, Elanga. Gets a little bit physical down there between Elanga and Van der Ven. And this has gone Sweden's way. Tell you what, we've got some speed merchants on the pitch today.
Well, that was without even mentioning Dumfries and Somerville.
Zanelli does well. Gyökeres. Elanga. Plenty in blue getting forward here. Elanga has managed to bypass every single one of them.
Yeah, delivery wasn't good. He had good runners in there. He has been a live wire out wide. He's added a lot to this game, including the goal for Sweden. But you're looking for a precision cross there. You had Isak hitting the central area of goal, just overhit it.
Koeman, who we saw there, played at 2 World Cups, 1990, 94, part of the European Championship winning team of 88, who remain the only Dutch side to have won a trophy. Could this be the Dutch's year? Who knows? We've got to get on with this throw, you know, because Michael Oliver has just given the count. It was released in the allotted time. One of the new rules this year, if teams take too long on the throw, it gets given the opposite way instead. Taha Ali to Isak, and Verbruggen athletically tips it away.
This was all architected by Elanga. But again, look at the eyes of this ball going into the upper corner. These players, Isak, these players like Gakpo, they are just so dangerous in the half space. They are so accurate.
Alanga's corner. Now it comes to Goodmanson. Zanelli. Straight up Babak. Worth a try, I suppose.
It's just a remarkable career, what he's done for Liverpool, what he's done for the Netherlands.
So what's your assessment, Glenn, of the Dutch and what you've seen today?
Well, I think it was a response here today from them. I think that's what we were looking for. You put it into words before, that we wanted to see the Dutch that's here to try and win the World Cup. We didn't necessarily see that against Japan. Press and everybody were questioning them, and they came out and I think essentially won the game in the first 20 minutes. The two Broby goals really made Sweden chase the game here tonight, or this afternoon. 2 goals down to the Dutch is not a place you want to be in, especially 17 minutes into a game.
Gyökeres steers infield for Elanga. He was unselfish, actually. He was looking for Isak, and others might have had a strike themselves.
I think a nice window of opportunity opened for him as he drove in there. He's been going right, taking it wide. He's been coming central as well. Elanga has had a good performance off the bench.
He's certainly, his display since coming on from the bench sent a message to Graham Potter that he's deserving of a start for their last group game. Anthony Elanga.
If you're a manager, that's what you want to see from a substitute.
Zaha Ali, who's got round Dumfries, which is no mean feat, but lets himself down with the ball in.
Oh, he had 5 guys inside the box. 5 guys inside in and around the 6-yard area. If he could have just pulled that back.
It's only his 3rd cap. His parents emigrated to Sweden during the Somali Civil War. Gravenberg, I think, had an excellent game in that midfield area. Such a tremendous player on his day.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Does it all.
Now, Depay onto Somerville! Two in 2 games for Crescencio Somerville! 5 goals to go with a 5-star performance from the Dutch.
Well, this is the kind of performance the Dutch fans, Ronald Koeman, and everybody wanted to see. And Somerville is a player now to go along with Broby that have become real options now, and they proved it out here today against Sweden. Not sure if there's a check still going on in this, but takes his goal well, just hooks it to the right of Nordfeldt. That would be a 2nd World Cup goal if it stands. I'm pretty sure it has, right? I think they're...
Yeah, they've made a change, the Dutch. Yeah.
So, fantastic for Somerville, and again, he's an emerging player that can do big things for you in a World Cup. World Cups spring into the eyes of everybody and into the minds of everybody, players you didn't know a whole lot about. Well, he's become a real option after the Siemens injury on the right side. And now you got Broby coming in and scoring 2 goals in the beginning. So you've got these options that are actually in real time becoming a big part of what the Dutch are doing now.
Well, Noah Lang has come on to replace Cody Gakpo. And Sweden here, given some of their own medicine, having beaten Tunisia 5-1 in their opening match. They're behind 5-1 in their second. Gyökeres. And a quiet day for him, all things considered.
Second part of the first half had some moments.
Taha Ali, he's done really well to get that through to Goodmanson. It's into the gloves of Babak. Huge kick downfield. Memphis showing interest. I think he's fine with being called both, actually, Memphis Depay, because I've read an article more than once saying that just call me Memphis, and then pre-tournament all the teams have to do a piece to camera where they say their names, and he gave it as Memphis Depay, so, you know.
Cody Gakpo iced down his arm.
Yeah. And hopefully he'll be okay, as he's been in splendid form. Netherlands can't secure qualification today, but it will go down to the last match in the group, and you would say that they've got the relatively straightforward task against Tunisia. Doesn't always work out that way, of course, but there won't be too many backing Tunisia in that game. And a change here for Sweden late on. Elliot Stroud is on. Goodmanson is the one who's departed. Somerville flattened. And he's going to need some attention here.
The right boot just came on his left hand there, and you can see him just jump up.
Sharp could be finding space against this defence.
No. Somerville out there for the Dutch. It's going to be a throw into Sweden. Might be a painful fall, that, for Crescencio Somerville right at the end of the match here.
It's probably the only way you can stop him, Fletch.
Yeah, they're going to need the stretcher as well. Michael Oliver came across and saw something there that made him very, very quickly turn around and ask for medical attention. Let's have a look. Oh, that's why, yeah. That's why. That's why.
It's unfortunate. Didn't need to. He just...
There's his goal.
How about that bit of spin rate? He's brilliant when he gets into those spaces for Somerville. Yeah, you see that.
I must say, Owen, my question for the Netherlands coming in was, are they going to score enough goals? I know what I'm going to get from them defensively. I'm okay with the goalkeeper. The midfielder has got a really fine balance, but I was looking at the top end of the pitch. Who's going to put after today? I must say that concern's been eliminated for now.
But that's because the midfield played the way they did. You know, the spacing was better. Reinders and Granbrook stayed in their little pockets. They passed the ball really well, and they got it to the attackers so they could finish it off.
Here's Ilanga, now Ali over there. Another last go at Denzel Dumfries. Maybe tried to do a wee bit too much there because he got players in good positions in the middle. There's Lucas Bergvall. Final 30 seconds of additional time of what's been a comprehensive victory today for the Netherlands, defending for Van Dijk, and they'll get the late corner here, Sweden. What a good performance from the Netherlands. Still looking at Crescencio Somerville down there. They might actually be putting stitches in, you know.
Yeah, let's hope he's okay.
So the Dutch finishing with 10. Last chance here for a second goal for Sweden. And it's a good save in the end from Bart Verbruggen, who's not had a great deal to do.
He's a good goalkeeper though, Fletch. You know, he's another part of this team. Defensively, the good goalkeeper's good.
Well, there's the full-time whistle. And what a performance from the Netherlands. 2 goals in the first half for Brian Brobby. 2 goals in the second half for Cody Gakpo, and a goal for Crescencio Somerville. It's a 5-star performance from the Netherlands in the Lone Star state. The Netherlands 5.
3 points. Tunisia and Japan meet later in the 1000th match, by the way, in World Cup history.